Memphis Zoo was in the process of creating a 4-acre, $4.3 million big cat environment called Cat Country. The project would take their 9 species of big cats out from their traditional barred cages and place them into open-air habitats where they can roam freely through naturalistic landscapes. The result would be the biggest open-air cat exhibit in the world, and its execution rested on the shoulders of master planner Ace Torrey. Torrey had created a layout that represented 4 different geographic environments where big cats have interacted with man for the last 4,000 years. With those complete, now Torrey would face the most critical element of the entire exhibit. He had to create the barriers that maximize the animal's visibility and minimize the chances of one of these very skilled predators from pouncing on the guest or another habitat. One of these solutions was to incorporate the animal's natural landscape into the public areas using moats and vistas, as well as glass encased in rock to provide safe vantage points for the visitors. Still, Torrey knew the awesome presence of these big cats demanded an even more intimate experience. So, throughout the exhibit, he positioned open habitat windows with a near view to the public, each strung with hundreds of ultra-fine, yet immensely strong, aircraft wires.
These little stainless wires, they're 1/8" stainless steel, the tension at 2,000 pounds each, we call it piano wire. And it's really a great system where it's virtually invisible. And of course, there's a huge amount of structure that has to go in. If you think each one of these wires at 2,000 pounds, there's a huge beam top and bottom, but we've hidden them in the architecture, so thematically, it feels like open windows.
With the animal's individual habitat secure, Torrey then turned his attention to incorporating the exhibit with the pinnacle of animal care. Here, the large diversity of cats required a highly sophisticated feeding system that could meet the dietary needs of all the big cat species. For this, Torrey installed a special facility behind the overgrown landscape of temples and rock structures, where keepers could safely monitor the feeding and health of each individual cat. And to ensure each species remained separate, he connected the behind-the-scenes facility to the exhibit with a complex travel system. This would allow the big cats to safely move between their outdoor enclosures and the indoor feeding dens, all without ever confronting each other or one of the keepers, like 29-year veteran Scott Lincoln.
As you can see, they're in their cages right now. All these cages are interconnected behind by hallways, and then we have access to the display areas. You might have noticed the colored weights that we have. These operate the individual doors that allow the animals in and out onto the display. The yellow pins that you see operate the gates for the hallway, so you can move the animal from section to section real easy.
The result is a highly effective system that allows keepers the ability to provide each cat with the very best in animal care. As for Scott, each day he gets to work closely with some of the most ferocious carnivores on the planet.
I can honestly say I enjoy this job as much as the very first day I started. I love it. These creatures are great. Good night, cats. They never let you down.
After 3 years of design and construction, Ace Torrey's vision for an immersive trek through the world of the big cats was complete. For its inhabitants, many of whom had spent their entire life in the old cement dens, Torrey's innovative exhibit provided a new lease on life, offering some their very first opportunity to walk on grass, climb over rocks, or forage through a running stream. But while the design offered the ultimate in care and stimulation for all 9 species, there was an additional benefit that no one anticipated. Now, because the cats were remaining so active, the keepers could identify potential health problems before they got more serious, and if needed, move them to their modern 12,000 square foot veterinarian facility. This was soon the case in the fishing cat habitat. Here, Torrey had included a running stream that keepers could periodically fill with fish, so the cats could actually hunt. But over the course of a few days, keepers had noticed that Whisper, the fishing cat, had been showing signs of stiffness as she stalked the fish. Quickly, they called in veterinarian Don Zimmerman and the exhibit's special medical team to do a more detailed evaluation. Their fear? That Whisper is developing arthritis, a disease which, if gone unchecked, could severely cripple the fishing cat.
They did notice that she was a little stiff in the back legs and that she seemed to be urinating more frequently. And she was an older cat. She's about 12 and a half.
Despite Whisper's size and age, she's still extremely dangerous, so a tranquilizer must be used before Dawn can conduct the exam. Fishing cats are also prone to bladder cancer, so the team first does a detailed checkup on Whisper's abdomen.
He's going to feel for the bladder, but do abdominal palpation and just feel like the side of the kidneys, see if the liver's big, feel any masses, anything like that.
Next, the team does a body x-ray. Later, Dawn examines the pictures. It was a false alarm. There are no signs of arthritis. Still, the Cat Country staff will have to keep an eye on Whisper. But for now, the fishing cat is ready to go back out with all her feline friends from around the world. Being able to care for these diverse animals in one place gives Ace a real sense of pride.
So these facilities, these exhibits, the ability to tell these wonderful stories, create engaging experiences where you come to the zoo on the hand of your mother or dad, eventually you bring your child or one day your grandchild, and these stories are able to be told, the understanding of the complexities of life. You've gone through a great experience circling the globe and going through forest, savanna, woodland, up into the bamboo forest, and these are the aspects that really sort of show the diversity of this world.
Cat Country, Memphis, Tennessee, is definitely part of the ultimate zoo and is fit for a king.
Give him your Elvis sneer, yeah. Thank you much.
Coming up, swim with the sharks at Burger Zoo for the ultimate underwater adventure. Next.